No words. There's no words. No words I can say about this game that is defined. Literally, I can't believe I'm saying this word. Rigged. I cannot believe I just said it. Rigged. Because that's what it feel like to me tonight. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Let's go over this game. And then I'll explain why, just how pissed off and angry I am right now just by talking about this game on Sunday Night Football. Now, we knew the Eagles are going to be a great team and a big test. It became an even bigger test. Xavier Howard out with a groin injury. Terran Armstead still out with the leg injury. Connor Williams did not come back. He's still out. Ramsey's still out till another few weeks. Achan's still out. And we have a weak secondary to fill in a big hole, big roles for Howard to get ahead of A.J. Brown, fucking Swift. All right, I need to calm down. I'm pretty sure for the rest of this video I'm not going to be calm. I can't do it. I'm probably not going to do it. So, all right. We go to Philadelphia on Sunday night. Eagles are wearing their vintage green for a long time, so that's cool. We got two Alabama quarterbacks playing against each other for the first time, as far as I know. We got Jalen Hurts from the other side going up against Tua Tagovailoa in Philadelphia. Philadelphia starts off. We got Swift running for 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Swift right guard going up the right for 1 yard, 3rd and 2. Up the middle for 3 yards. That's good for the first. Let's see here. Am I getting this right? Yeah, I am. 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts pass up the middle for Smith for 6 yards. Penalty on Wilkins for offside. Offside penalty. Basically, what happened is either you're moving ahead, trying to get the advantage, or your hands are directly on the line of scrimmage. Was he not? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. 1st and 5. So they accepted the penalty. 1st and 5. Swift up the right for 7 yards. So that's first down Philly. Jalen Hurts, incomplete pass for Smith. 2nd and 10 pass short to Swift for 2 yards. 3rd and 8. Jalen Hurts pass short to Dallas Goedert for 22 yards. Remember what I said. It's a huge loss for Xavier without Howard, and this is proven here. Then they go no huddle. They're trying to wear out the defense, trying to get them confused. Hurts loses 2 yards, and then 2nd and goal. Shotgun formation, only pass. Gainwell Owen go off for a yard. Third and goal. Hurts up the middle for 3 yards, and that's all he does. 4th and goal, Elliott kicks a field goal. So 3-0 Philly. So this things could have been worse. It could have been worse. Now penalty, not a good start for Miami. Delay of game. I don't know if they're unaware of the play clock, but they got delay of game. 1st and 15, pass complete to Wall for 8 yards. 2nd and 7, pass deep for Tyreek Hill for 15 yards. Okay. Mostert up the right for 5-yard loss. And by the way, Mostert is a former Eagle. I think he was drafted by the Eagles. I'm not quite sure. But that is a big loss there, and there was a good play by Hassan Reddick. born in, was he born in Camden? I think he was born in Camden. But yeah, he's familiar with this area pretty well. Camden, just across the river of Philadelphia. Then went to Temple. Then now playing for the Eagles. So hometown kid. So there's something. Tua Tagovailoa pass left to Tyreek Hill for no gain. Bradbury. We'll talk about him much later. You know where I'm going with this. Bradbury is a big name of the video that we're about to talk about and why I'm so angry. Bradbury makes a tackle. So good tackle there by Bradbury and incomplete to Mostert. And then Isaiah Wynn is hurt. And, you know, it's another big loss here because we don't have much big guys that we did weeks ago. Remember, Connor Williams is out and Terran Armstead is out. After he was evaluated, he became out of the game. So Wynn, big loss for the offensive line. So it's just a mess. It's just a mess how short-staffed it is. Next up, Swift, right guard for Swift, 2 yards. Jalen Hurts incomplete. Jalen Hurts is sacked, but then forces a fumble as Bradley Chubb, recovered by Christian Wilkins, and that's a good field position. Turnover, Philadelphia, and the Dolphins get the ball right back. Tua pass short the middle for Tyreek Hill for 3 yards, tackled by Darius Slay. 2nd and 7, lost 2 yards is Mostert, so we're -7, and that shall remain that way for the rest. -7 because there will be some rushing plays there and there. Tua deep right to Waddle, pushes ahead for 16 yards, 1st and goal. Good. Mostert -1 yard, loses another yard. 2nd and goal, pass right to Tyreek Hill. 3rd and goal, a nice catch, 12 yards by Tyreek Hill. Touchdown Dolphins. However, penalty was on Cotton for an offensive hold. What? A hold? And that was called back. The touchdown was nullified. We did not get the touchdown, and that loses us 10 yards. 3rd and 22, incomplete to Hill, and we had to settle for a field goal. It could have been a different story. But that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of the referee decision. It's just the beginning. All right. Next up, Philadelphia goes on the drive. Tie game 3-3 because Sanders did kick the field goal and it was made 40 yards. Swift goes up right for 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Jalen Hurts scrambles on for himself. Javon Holland tries to make the tackle, and he did, but too late, 1st down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Jalen Hurts passed right for Gio Dirt for 4 yards, 2nd and 6, pass right for J.J. Brown for 5 yards, 3rd and 1, no gain there. So what happens? Here? We got a situation. They're going to do that brotherly push thing. We hear about this for weeks. The brotherly push basically goes on something like this. Tight ends, offensive line, running back, wide receiver, I don't care. Somebody is going to push the quarterback into the pile to get some yardage, assisting them from behind. Okay, this one right here. There was a penalty on the Dolphins, and there was also a penalty on the Eagles. And the penalties offset. And they said it should have just been on the Dolphins. Why? You're just going to let them walk? Anyway, the penalties offset. Now, when the penalties offset, they erase the penalties. They erase the penalties yardage there. They erase it, so the play will not count. I don't want to hear at the end of the video saying, well, the Eagles got penalties. I'm going to tell you the shocking stat at the end of the game, the end of this recap I'm about to do, the shocking stat. 4th and 1. Now you're expecting them to do it again. They did it again, and you still let them get the 1st down. Brotherly push. Brotherly push. Next up, 1st and 10. Hurts incomplete to A.J. Brown. And then Jalen Hurts incomplete to Swift. But penalty on Christian Wilkins for roughing the passer. Here we go. So here's what happened. Wilkins coming in. Right? He's coming in. Now granted, few seconds after the ball was released, okay, fine. You can make the case. However, it's only a minor push. Just a slight push. Right? It's not an egregious push like this. It was just like a little bit of tap. Trying to get it off, and he lunges off like this. That's what he did. Referees called a rough from the passer. Anyway. That is not a penalty. By rule, when you have a light shove like that, you don't call it that. But they'll call it anyway because they're trying to protect the quarterback, no matter which team it is. You gotta let them play football. 1st and 10. Swift went up a yard. 2nd and 9. Jalen Hurts passed short to go there for 19 yards. Touchdown, Eagles. Not surprised there. The penalties are just bailing out the Eagles like that, and they give an extra push. Touchdown, Eagles. Now, I can't really say everything is on the referees, and we'll talk a lot more about that later on. I'm just saying. They're not, at the end of it all, they're not really a huge fault, because we blame ourselves too. We gotta blame ourselves too. But I'm just saying. The next possession is the Dolphins, 3 and outs. Ahmed up the middle for 1 yard. Tackle by Vona, pass short to Hill for 6 yards, incomplete to Barrios. And then they punt it. Swift up the middle for no gain, 2nd and 10. Hurts pass to A.J. Brown for 10 yards. Brown got hurt during the play, but he was meant to come back, so he shook it off. Swift, right guard for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Pass short left to for Julio Jones, who signed on Tuesday, for 3 yards, 3rd and 4. Scrambles left for 5 yards. Penalty on Miami is Eli Apple. Penalty on Miami that would enforce some yardage there. It's on Eli Apple, 5 yards. 1st and 10, Gainwell for 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Hurts pass for Smith for 13 yards. 1st and 10, Gainwell for 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Pass short for Smith for 3 yards. 3rd and 6 for 3 yards. 4th and 3, pass deep right for Brown. That would be a touchdown, but only for him to be down at the 1. First and goal up the middle is Hurts on the brotherly push. Touchdown Eagles, 17-3. It's just it's hard enough to figure out the Philadelphia's offense when you have such a short staffed defense like that. So next possession, Tua Tagovailoa pass short left to Tyreek Hill, 4 yards. Cox got hurt during the play. 2nd and 6. Cedric Wilson so there was going to be a flea flicker. For Miami, but Cedric Wilson got sacked. Penalties. There were 2 penalties, one by each team. Unnecessary roughness goes to Philly, and unnecessary roughness goes to Miami. And again, the penalties offset. They offset, so the play counts, and they rule off the penalties. They rule it off. They ruled off, so no penalties counted. Third and 13, penalty on Miami. No surprise. Another penalty on Miami. This time it's a false start. 3rd and 18, pass right to Cedric Wilson for 29 yards. That's good for a first. 1st and 10, pass short left to Berrios for 7 yards. 2nd and 3, Tyreek Hill, 15 yards. No huddle because time is winding down. 1st and 10, pass complete to Jeff Wilson. Welcome back, Jeff Wilson, for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, Tua got sacked by Smith. And in 3rd and 8, something happened. Finally, something happens. Pass deep left for Tyreek Hill, completely blown coverage. Touchdown, Miami Dolphins. 27 yards to the house. Extra point is good, and we are just down to possession again. Eagles take the knee. Taylor Hurts gets sacked for 10 yards, and then we go to the second half. So the Dolphins come back out. Mostert up for 2 yards. 2nd and 8, 17 yards to Tyreek Hill. Okay, we're feeling something here. We're feeling something. This is right around the time where Jalen Waddle has his back injury, so they're going to take a look at his back. So again, short-staffed. This could be tricky. 1st and 10, Mostert up for 7 yards. So finally, we're starting to wake up with the running game. Mostert again, 5 yards. That's good for the first. 1st and 10, Tua pass short right to Ahmed. He would have had a big lane, but he was decked by Reddick. 2nd and 10, pass short left to Tyreek Hill for 10 yards. That would have been good for the first. However, holding on the offense, and that backs him up 10 yards. 2nd and 19, incomplete pass to Ahmed. 3rd and 19, pass short to Mostert. And then punt formation penalty on Miami, false start, and then that's when they finally punted away. Jalen Hurts, short pass at A.J. Brown for 9 yards. 2nd and 1, 4 yards is Swift. 1st and 10, Jalen Hurts sacked for 3 yards. 2nd and 13, Hurts pass to Swift for 8 yards. 3rd and 5, incomplete pass, and they just punted the football. 1st and 10, Mostert for 21 yards, so grid play there. 1st and 10, Mostert for 15 more yards, so we're in Philly territory. 1st and 10, Tua pass to Hill for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, Ahmed for 2 yards. Third and 3, pass incomplete to Tyreek Hill. He can make catches in worse scenarios, and he didn't make that catch. And that ball was flippity floppy into the end zone, thinking it was a fumble, but they ruled it incomplete. Then this next play, incomplete pass to Cedric Wilson, turnover on downs. However, you know where I'm about to go with this. You know where I'm about to go with this incomplete pass. All right. So what happened in this play? Here's what happened in this play. Do you remember Bradbury, the kid the guy I talked about back at the first possession, Miami's first possession, right? Where Tua pass short left to Tyreek Hill, no gain, tackled by Bradbury. Do you remember that name? Do you remember that name? Okay, if you happen to remember that name, I want you to take a look at, and I'm going to show you other pictures too. And this is not going to be the only one. I promise you, it's not just going to be the only one. Let's see. Here it is. Here it is. So, and I just lost it again. Here it is. Here. Look. Look. What do you see? In real play, real time, you see the hand grabbing the face mask. During the play, Cedric Wilson trying to make something when the ball is coming right towards him. He grabbed freaking Bradbury, grabbing the face mask, twisting the helmet of the face mask. Referee right in front of him. No call. No call. No penalty. They let it go. They let it go. You cannot miss a blatant face mask like that on prime time on Sunday night. You just can't. You just can't. This is worse. And I don't mean to bring this up. This is worse than Green Bay Packers versus Detroit Lions, where illegal use of hands to the face on the Lions twice, when really he's just grabbing this part. Trey Flowers, remember that? This is worse. This is worse. The ball don't lie, because even in referee schemes against the Miami Dolphins, the next play, Jalen Hurts throws a pick six. It was intended by A.J. Brown. It was ricocheted to Jerome Baker. Jerome Baker catches the football on the ricochet. 22 yards, he's gone. Pick six. Pick six. The ball don't lie. And now we tie the game 17-17. Okay, looking great, the defense. Finally, can they keep the momentum going? Jalen Hurts scrambles for 12 yards. David Long was injured during the play as well as Javon Holland. Basically what happened was they both, bam, collide with each other accidentally. And one of them came back. The other one is being evaluated for concussion protocol. Great. So that's putting more pressure on the defense. Oh, and it paid big time. Jalen Hurts deep pass to Smith for 25 yards. First and 10, no huddle. Hurts pass to 8 yards is Brown. Second and 2, no huddle. Swift for 3 yards. First and 10, pass to Swift for 3 yards. Second and 7, incomplete. Third and 7, pass complete to Dallas Dirt for 10 yards. First and 10, A.J. Brown, touchdown, Philadelphia. I mean, what more can you possibly say? There were a few issues in that drive. First off, there was clearly a hold in the Philly drive. There was clearly a hold. None of them were called, and I had proof that it wasn't called. Next up is the Dolphins. They need to make this. They need to do something here. Tua pass right to Jalen Waddle, who's back for 14 yards. That ends the third quarter. Mostert up to 3 yards. Second and 7, penalty on Miami. That's a false start. Second and 12, Tua pass incomplete to Tyreek Hill. Third and 12, pass to Jalen Waddle for 12 yards. That's good for the first. Pass deep right to Cedric Wilson for 19 yards. So we're getting closer. First and 10. Tua gets up the middle, and he ends up getting sacked. For 3 yards. Second and 13. There was a bad snap. Fumbles the football, but recovered by Tua himself. And then Tua passed to Waddle for 5 yards. Third and 8. Pass deep right, intended for Mostert. And it was picked off. By the way, the guy got there early. The player got there early. It was intended for Mostert. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about this next drive, but I won't do it anyway. It took Philadelphia 13 plays. But they would put the finishing touches. Jalen Hurts, incomplete pass, second and 10. Swift for 5 yards, third and 5. Pass short right for A.J. Brown, 4 yards. Jalen Hurts goes up the middle. They were gonna punt the football initially, but then they called a timeout with Nick Sirianni with this smile like this, that smiley face, knowing that the referees are on their side. They got the Dolphins right where they wanted. They had everything. Everything is in their hands. It's their destiny. They can control their destiny. 4th and 1, brotherly push. First down. Gainwell for 2 yards. Second and 8. Incomplete for A.J. Brown. Third and 8. Pass short for A.J. Brown for 7 yards. Fourth and 1. Brotherly push again. That's twice in a row. For 2 yards. Twice in a row. First and 10. Swift for no gain. Second and 10. Pass up the middle for A.J. Brown for 6 yards. Third and 4. Gainwell going up for 3 yards. Fourth down, however, Wilkins gets called for offside. Oh my goodness. Offside. And then it forces the play. Then it forces the yardage, and so they get new fresh set of downs. Nothing's going right for us. Nothing. Literally nothing. And that's their 10th penalty. That's their 10th penalty of the game. And this is what I'm about to point out. You know how many Philadelphia has in this game? The penalty, again, what I tell you earlier, the offsetting penalties do not count. Philadelphia, they have none. They literally have no penalties. And a lot of those penalties that the referees did not call, they blatantly missed. First and 10, deep. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm so fed up with this. Jalen Hurts pass for A.J. Brown for 42 yards. It's just and you know what's worse too. You know what's worse? The referees know it too. They have a conversation with Nick Sirianni. They're having a good time. They're having a civil conversation. They know it too. And they just let us get burnt like that, because 42 yards. Now, nothing to take away from A.J. Brown. He deserved to burn us like that. That was awful defense there, Fangio. That was just horrible defense. This is why it was a big loss for Xavier Howard to be inactive tonight, especially in a huge game like this. If Ramsey would in that coverage there, I think they would have locked up A.J. Brown. Or one of those two, but they burnt us, and the referees let them do it. A couple of plays later, Gainwell gets a touchdown. Score became 31-17. Dolphins tried again. A couple of timeouts. Pass up the middle at the left for Waddle for 8 yards. Second is 2. Tua got sacked. Tua got sacked again. Pass incomplete to Hill. By the way, he was early, but no call. End of the game. That's really all I can tell you. At the end of the game, they got a couple of first downs, and then they take the knee, and that's it. 31-17 Philadelphia. Box score. Cedric Wilson, 0 for 0. He But for Tua, 28-32, 216 yards, 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception. Jalen Hurts, 23-31, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That was that pick 6. Mostert, 9 carries, 45 yards. DeAndre Swift, 15 carries, 62 yards. Jalen Hurts rushes in there for the touchdown. That was that brotherly push. Kenneth Gainwell putting that finishing touches at the end of the game. He got a touchdown. None of our rushing touchdowns came today. Tyreek Hill got that touchdown pass today for 11 reception, 88 yards. A.J. Brown, just no surprise there. He had an explosive 138-yard game with 10 receptions. That's what happens when you don't have Xavier Howard. That's what happens when Jalen Ramsey's not ready to play. That's what happens when people like Kohu and Eli Apple are ill-prepared for this type of big game like this. Goddard gets a touchdown pass. National Tight Ends Day. Eichenberg loses the fumble, but picked up by Tua. Wilkins recovered the fumble, and Tua recovered the fumble besides the Eichenberg play. Jalen Hurts lost the fumble, and that was picked up by Wilkins. In the defense, not great. The only good thing that happened with the defense was that pick 6 from Jerome Baker. That was that ricocheted off Brown, I think. And Darius Slay just ending us misery with the interception. That's the box score. Now for the team stats, for the team stats. Now I can tell you what the missed calls are. Okay. Total yards 244 for Miami, 355 for Philadelphia. Passing 256, 199. So decently close, but not close enough. Rushing 45-99 Philly. Penalties. 10 penalties, 70 yards Miami. Philadelphia penalties. I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. You see it? 10-70, 0-0. No penalties. None! No penalties! Not a single penalties were called. And they were committing illegal actions against the Dolphins. I literally have many proofs. Here's proof number one. Do you remember the time where I said to you, Wilkins had that slight push to Jalen Hurts? That got called for roughing the passer. Well, a couple of plays later, here's this play. And I'm going to get copyright for this, but I don't give a shit. Look at this play, right? What's that? That's a hold. Look at this play again. Here he comes. Here's the defender. Grab from the neck and gets pulled down like that. Here's the Christian Wilkins roughing the passer. That does not look egregious. Here's the next one. Here's the holding call that was missed. He got grabbed in the neck. That's a hold by rule. Here's the face mask hold that was missed. Look at this. That should have been pass interference at least. Here's another one. 68, 58, I don't care. Here's another one. Around the neck. That's a hold. Here's the defender coming in there. Too early. By rule, pass interference. In case you live under a rock, here's a closer look. Right there. I'm telling you this again. I mean, look, again, I'm not going to completely blame the referees for our games because, like I said, we were completely short-staffed. The defense is short-staffed. The offensive lineman is short-staffed. And it was going to be tough to play against Philadelphia anyway. But, oh my God, you got to make those calls. It is uneven. It is one-sided. Like, dude, everybody can watch it. Everybody can see it. And they're going to agree with me that this is one of the most one-sided primetime game that they've seen. At least with the Jets and the Chiefs, right? And, oh my gosh, you know where I'm going with this. I'm not stupid. I am not stupid. Remember that Jets and Chiefs game? Remember that defensive hold they called after the interception? They called it anyway, after the pick was caught. At the time, I thought that was a rigged game. But this really takes the cake. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. And look, I'm just gonna flat out say this: Eagles and Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I mean, they want the Kelsey rematch, freaking Super Bowl. And the running back, their last name is Swift. You know who else? The last name is Swift? Taylor Swift. And she's dating Travis Kelsey. Don't let this happen. Honestly. I don't want to look at it that way, otherwise that's corruption. If it goes down that route, this is corruption. The referees, they need to be investigated with the scandals that they're going on with this game. It's obvious, right in front more of you on television. Eagles fans are not going to care. They're taking his dub. They're going to laugh at his video. I don't care. I don't care. I stand by what I said. The referees need to be investigated, and I hate to talk about them. I really do. But my God, if this is as rigged as when Eagles get 0 penalties, 0, and they miss a bunch, I am very skeptical, extremely skeptical about this year. I really am. I really am. I wanted to. If I was going to lose, I wanted to lose at least trying to get us back up there without any bullshit. Anyway, besides the referee issues, hats off to the Philadelphia Eagles. They definitely, besides all the bullshit that they clearly didn't deserve, they're definitely a better team tonight, and they have control of NFC as of right now, pending on tomorrow when the 49ers play the Vikings. So, anyway. So yeah, guys, I think I vented through my problems. I think I'm finished talking NFL for tonight. So I'm not even gonna take off this jersey. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. And if you do enjoy this video, not the game or the game, if you're an Eagles fan, just tune in by this channel. Consider hitting that like button and subscribe for more content, because Miami TV does indeed have your back, and when he does, he'll be right there with you if you guarantee what you deserve. Tomorrow, well, right now it's Monday, so later today, I'm going to do a Miami Heat season preview. While all the bullshit's happening, I am excited for the Miami Heat basketball. We do have our opening roster. We do have a roster set. We do have a game Wednesday. So I'm really excited for the Miami Heat season, and I'm ready for more bullshit. Anyway, all kidding aside, I am excited for the Miami Heat season. And yeah, folks, if you do enjoy this video again, please hit that like button and consider subscribing, even if you're not a fan of these teams, because maybe in the future your team will be featured in these videos, no matter what sport it is, because I plan on being here for a long time. Anyway, I'll see you guys later today for a Miami Heat preview. And yeah, folks, I'll see you guys then. Good night, everybody.